Following on from our previous discussions on tooth erosion, we're going to look at the outcomes of the saliva testing and diet sheets. I thought the way that you'd broken down your diet sheet was really good, and obviously you were so thorough. You even went through and did your pH testing on it.
Yeah.
And actually you're right, I think, as well. I mean, even with like the bone broth where you're adding that apple cider vinegar, because you got that calcium and phosphate in there, even if that was
Right.
acidic, it still wouldn't actually
It's
do any
gone. Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. And
Yeah.
you got so you got the GC test
Yep.
there.
Yep. And I did did you see the results that
I
I sent
did.
you?
I mean,
Yeah.
it was really
So,
positive, isn't it?
so I actually was looking into silent reflux,
Yeah.
and I found a site on the internet that had like a self-test you can do from just like, a questionnaire. And it might, like, if you get a score of like 10, you've got like, oh yeah, you've got silent reflux. And I got
Mm,
like a score of like 6.
right.
And I think the only thing, I don't ever feel like I have acid in my throat, but sometimes I feel like I want to clear my throat, but
Yeah.
it's not like all the
Mm.
time. So, I don't think, I doubt that it's that, but I actually emailed the producer of this test that he also has like an online course for, resolving silent reflux, and I sent
Yeah.
him an email. I'm waiting for a response,
Okay.
and to see, if I've got no salivary buffering problems and I have surface level tooth erosion, then have you seen this in your experience before where people have that? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I mean, it's really challenging because obviously we're looking at a snapshot now of your whole
right,
life. And so, I mean, what we're seeing, I mean, this is why I think in many ways getting an intraoral scan and seeing if this is
yeah,
progressing is
right.
probably the next
That's
best thing
that's the
rather than
next,
kind of,
yeah,
and as I said to you last time around, I don't think the degree of tooth surface loss that you've got at this point, I would be massively concerned about in
right,
terms of restorability.
yeah,
So I would be tempted to either one, kind of get a scan a year later, check it again,
yeah,
and or the other option is to restore it. And if you're seeing that things are going wrong, then do a bit more investigation, particularly as you're not getting any other aspects of kind of the effects of reflux that are affecting you.
right,
So
right.
I don't think I would suggest kind of almost going down that reflux route necessarily for you, because I think also in the States they're far more ready to give you medication,
Oh yeah, right. I wouldn't
and you
be
wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't want that. No, no. I mean, yes. And also, what I've done is I've just done so much studying and reading up on biomimetic dentistry. It is amazing.
What did you think of it?
I think it's incredible. I,
Yeah.
I really think it's incredible. I mean, I've read scientific papers and publications on it. It is just, I cannot understand why people don't do this. I mean,
No.
it is so superior because it really, with the immediate dentin sealing and that kind of technology, forming it really allows you to build up a tooth,
Yeah.
and that pretty much mimics the same, strength and flexibility that a normal tooth has, because the
Yeah.
dentin gives you the flexibility and the enamel gives you the rigidity and the resilience, but the two work very closely together.
Mm.
And the way that the biomimetic dentistry works is it maintains that relationship. What I actually did is I started looking around for biomimetic dentists in my area, and
Right.
obviously I don't live in a mecca for biomimetic dentistry, and but I did find
Don't do it yourself.
that I looked up the Biomimetic Dentistry Academy, and they have listings of people in your area.
The key to dentistry is very much, that is a team approach. You both got to kind of get on, and that's
Right.
it's really key to having a good
Yeah.
relationship, because it's got to be a long-term relationship as well.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Like, because I felt very dejected because after these other dentists saying, all we can do is put, crowns on all your teeth, even though you said it's not that bad. They want to go in and take 70% of the vital structure of a tooth away, and
Yeah.
then guarantee you to have problems further down the line.
Yep.
You know, I mean, and I felt like, is this my only option? And then now I feel like there's an option that would give me back, you know, vital tooth and function and resiliency that you have from no problems, with no issues.
I think you're spot on right. I literally published something last week over here because we have a big issue here with a lot of people going to Turkey to getting their teeth done, and they're flying in. And I had one patient that I've just finished the treatment, and I use this within the paper. He kindly let me use photographs of his mouth and that, but he basically needed a bit of composite and maybe some orthodontics. But yet he went to Romania, but this is what's happening in Turkey, and we're getting all of these 20-somethings going to Turkey, getting every single tooth in their head crowned because they want white teeth. But the consequences are massive for that.
Yeah.
It's and you know, the costs of it is massive. I mean, especially as the work is being done really badly because literally the person's there, and so they're not actually kind of really doing the proper treatment even.
Right.
And so nothing fits. There's gaps underneath it. People are coming back in absolute agony. And the thing is that we've got nothing there to kind of turn back the clock in a biomimetic way because the teeth have been crowned.
Yeah, right.
And all we can do is take it off and do it again properly. But it's, you know, it's so frustrating. But actually, from that standpoint, actually bringing out maybe more of the opportunity of what people should really understand about dentistry would be a really useful thing to do.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's just, I mean, unless most people, 99% of people have no idea these techniques exist.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it is, and the other thing too is if people want these perfect, aesthetically perfect teeth, biomimetic dentistry can do that no problem. I mean, it's just, I mean, form and function, you know, I mean, if you get the correct function, the form is going to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's just a byproduct of creating a healthy tooth structure and building up a healthy tooth structure so that the function is perfect.
Yeah.
You know, I think dentistry is one of the most important sciences there is, medical practices there is, because, and if you have bad oral health, you know, it affects your whole body. I mean, it is devastating.
Yeah, it is really key. And actually, I mean, it is the gateway to the rest of the body.
It's absolutely.
If you don't get that right, then actually it's going to affect the rest of your body as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it is the top echelon of medicine as far as I'm concerned.
Well, that's very kind. I don't know if I would.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, if you know, the systemic effects that occur from any kind of oral problem is just devastating.
But I think actually, now you say that, I think the sad thing is that actually when we go through dentistry training, we're not given all of that knowledge to actually influence that, to actually kind of say, look, we need to get nutrition right. We need to look at how do we keep people healthy. Yeah. And many of us, actually 50% of all the work that's done in the UK in dentistry is refilling a hole that's been there before. So it's just redoing holes. And it's just like, you know, patching the road. It's not fixing the problem unless you kind of go back and say, what is it about the diet? What is it about the person's health? Yeah. Then you're just wasting your time, really.
Right.
So... And I think actually that fundamentally needs to change. Well, thanks so much for chatting. It's been an absolute joy. Hi, my name is Mike Heffernan. I'm a specialist dentist. We're looking to do some online free consultations to talk about different dental issues. If you have anything that you're concerned about, whether it be a treatment or something that's going on in your mouth that you would like to chat through, we would really welcome you contacting us at info@drhefs.com. And we look forward to speaking to you soon.